And welcome back. FreshDirect has always been about delivering highest quality fresh food. And this month, FreshDirect is actually showcasing its Black-owned vendor partners and their delicious products front and center on the online grocer's website, and then also honoring the flavors and ingredients indigenous to various regions in Africa. Joining us now, we're pleased to have the Vice President of Public Affairs at FreshDirect, Larry Scott Blackmon. And Larry, good to have you back, brother. And it's always an exciting time during this time of year, Black History Month, of course, African American History Month, how some people define it. But for you at FreshDirect, an opportunity to really put a special showcase together.
Absolutely. As you know, the benefit of Black History Month for not just people of color, but for the consumer is to showcase the benefits, the pride, the joy, the essence, the soul, the love that goes into many of these Black-owned products. And so we're proud at FreshDirect to be a majority minority company anyway, right? So we have thousands of associates who can relate to some of these products, and the ethnic food category is something that's very special to FreshDirect and to all of our sister brands.
For you, obviously an opportunity to, as you said, showcase some art, some of the local talent that we have and some talent. Talk about some of the people and some of the work that is out there with FreshDirect and some of the things you'll be highlighting this month.
Well, let me just start by talking about one that's near and dear to me, because I proudly had a role in working it and bringing it into FreshDirect. We had an employee who worked here who said, hey, you have to try this particular wine. And the name of the wine was called the McBride Sisters, right? It was called Black Girl Magic. And so what better way, right, to celebrate Black History Month than by showcasing some Black Girl Magic? And whether it's, Zach and Zoe's Sweet Bee Farm or some of the other Hillside Harvest, right, which is a hot sauce that's MWBE owned, we have well over 70 or so MWBE owned brands, well over a dozen or more Black-owned brands that we will be showcasing. And those are just a few of my personal favorites.
Yeah. And when we talk about Black-owned brands, sometimes, let's just be honest, they're not always on the front of the shelf. It's hard to find, and sometimes not even really well highlighted. For you at FreshDirect, I know you've been very intentional about doing that. Talk to me about the importance of that and knowing that you got such great diversity, and it extending all the way out to Africa.
Absolutely. Product placement is extremely important in the grocery space. You walk into your local grocer and you want to find that product that you're looking for. And sometimes companies really do all that they can to have perfect product placement. Well, the joy and the beauty of an online grocer is that we can give product placement on that homepage at any particular time. And we do that, not just during Black History Month, right? And even if you take the time to look through and click through the site, think about it, right? If you're searching for a pearl, you have to search through dozens of oysters to get that pearl. But when you get that pearl, you're satisfied and you're happy. We have many pearls at FreshDirect. And I can tell you, having been at the company for, wow, almost 10 years, haven't aged a bit, Darren. We've been looking alike now for several years. But I can tell you that there's some products that, that I've just been introduced to that are Black-owned, that are phenomenal. The last thing I'll say to you is this, that we partnered with the New York Women's Chamber of Commerce on an effort to grow the number of MWBE and Black-owned brands that large-scale grocers do business with, because we are often introduced to phenomenal products, but sometimes those entrepreneurs, right, those geniuses that really create these products, they need a little bit of assistance in navigating, okay, how do we protect my product? How do we properly package that cookie so that it's not damaged when the customer received it? How do we make sure our labeling stands up, right? So those are the things that really matter as well. During Black History Month, we've adopted at least 5 MWBE entities that we are helping and grooming out of that. And that is really where it's at, right? It's not much to just sell a fish, but we need to also show many of these entrepreneurs how to fish. And that is what we're doing as a responsible community partner.
One of the things I found out about, those in African-American entrepreneurship, and those persons who amongst those you're spotlighting, is that there's such this great rich history when it comes to coffee And I know for yourself in FreshDirect, you guys are highlighting coffee as well. And talk to us about, the coffee and the African ancestry.
Oh man, listen, I don't, as a coffee connoisseur who's been introduced to some great brands, I don't think I necessarily even need to go down that road, right? Coffee is an essential item. Coffee is an essential item, particularly in the African American community. We're proud to spotlight and highlight some of our coffee entrepreneurs. We have some great brands in and of ourselves. For me personally, we have a company that we work with that's local, that's based here. We have our Just FreshDirect house blend. We have several other blends that, again, I personally partake in. And we also even have our new sister company. We have our Nature's Promise blend, right? So we have a number of different coffees, but that specifically highlight the partnership with our African American and African heritage.
Yeah. So it's throughout the course of the month. Talk about how people can get connected. What can they do?
We invite you to visit freshdirect.com. We are launching our page that celebrates Black History Month. We have so much insight and so much pride there. You can visit us on our various social media channels. We are extraordinarily active there. We have recipes. We have it all for you to partake in. And we encourage you to celebrate the beauty and the joy of this rich month and what it has to offer from a food sphere, right? Food that traveled the Middle Passage from Africa to the United States, and that has benefited so many. This is the month of love as it relates to food that is rich with culture and heritage, and every month is, but we're extraordinarily proud to be a partner with you for Black History Month.
Listen, a lot going on. Larry, thanks so much for being with us. And certainly this month, I know as every month, but this month in particular, I know a little bit more intense and a lot more work going on. So thanks so much for what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Jamie. And always thank you for being there with us. Thank you.
All righty. Well, listen, I want to let you know now, if you want more, you can find out more information. Go ahead to the website at freshdirect.com, and then you can find out more. And we'll have more open, I should say, coming up right after this.